Hello everybody, I am Technovoid, your Pokemon, and with me is Hamsterwings, your favorite host analyst, and we are back with Week 3 of TDD Season 6. How are you doing, Hamsterwings?
I'm doing good.
That's
I
that's a
finally
lie.
get to have a match in one of these.
It's true, you do, but first, we have a different match. We've got TDD Ghost BuzzTing versus CP Sentinels. This is my match. That being said, I think you have more to say about this one. I can sort of talk about my thought process here, but why don't you go first?
I thought there were a lot of weird things in this matchup. First of all, because of Ting Lu and Chi Yu just being present, the order of turns as they happen is very important. Because if any of them gets taken out, everybody's stats changes.
That's true, yeah, because they both affect the special side of things.
Yeah, so
I will say I remember doing calcs like right before the match started and after the match started was a goddamn nightmare because I had to account for whether or not Vessel would be up, whether or not Beads would be up.
exactly. And if they're both up, do they cancel each other out?
I don't know. I don't know.
So we got some stuff here. We got the standard Buzzwole, Ting-Lu, Latios, and then old reliable Scrafty over there. We have a lot of old reliables. Scrafty's one of them.
Yeah, Scrafty is definitely really good, and Wartortle on my side filling a pretty similar niche. I will say going into this, I was once again, just like with the egg match, expecting Trick Room. It did not work, or rather, it did not happen. I was very surprised. That being said,
notable lack of Slowking.
Slowking. That being said, you know, Meteor Bauer made a point. Slowking is not very good into my team, which is quite true. It is not. But yeah, on my side, I am sort of obviously I'm trying to predict for the Trick Room. I'm packing Taunt on a couple of these boys. Do have my Tailwind just in case. And honestly, I mean, I think this is my first Wartortle match because I feel like the fake out's going to be valuable here. I recognize the fake out potential of the Scrafty. Wasn't really prepping for the Scovillain. Didn't really think there was much prep I had to do for it. I feel that thing isn't too threatening outside of Sun, although Moody is always a thing that we will see this week.
Yeah, both of the matches involve Moody this week.
Indeed. For Jugulus, I'm running Terra Bug. I didn't really have like an amazing Terra type to run this week, but I looked and I figured Bug was a pretty good offensive option for things that I didn't really have kill pressure on otherwise. And notably, this is a really fast Golden Go.
Yeah, this is max speed specs Golden Go.
Yeah. It's not something I would feel comfortable running every single week, but looking at BuzzTing's team, it just felt like I would get more use out of a very offensive Golden Go than I would sort of a pivot one. So that's what I'm going with. Obviously, I'm still trying to get used to hyper offense here. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. I will say the Weezing I sort of a little bit prepped for, but like Weezing and Scovillain were two Pokemon I wasn't really expecting to come this match.
Yeah.
And the Weezing ended up being a real problem for me. Going in here, who do you think has the upper hand?
Honestly, I kind of give it to your team right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let us head into it. So we got the Vanillix Sportortle lead. Vanillux is such a nice lead for me. Just in general, the Aurora Veil is so useful.
Yeah. Fake out here to stop the fake out from Wartortle.
Makes a ton of sense.
It does make sense. However, I feel like faking out the Vanillux, getting rid of that Aurora Veil would have been pretty huge.
Yeah, because then you could hit it on the following turn with the Tailwind before the AV can even go up.
Yeah.
And there we go. There goes my Eviolite, which is going to significantly reduce my bulk. Blizzard's going to come out. Obviously not going to hit the Latios there.
And Scrafty gets ejected into Buzzwole.
Yes, this is something I was not accounting for, and this actually scared me pretty significantly. The yawn doesn't go off, unfortunately. And here we have the Terra Fire Buzzwole. This is something
Yeah.
I had not predicted, and this really threw an enormous wrench into my plans. Thank
But-
fucking
but
God for
It's like
Aurora Veil.
Veil, dude. Veil.
Thank fucking God for Veil. I go for the. I figure it's at this point the Blizzard's not. It's not going to be killing Gladios, which is what I need it to do.
Yawning into Latios here is also really smart. I know you didn't know
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
But Latios wouldn't be saved by the terrain because
Yeah.
it's levitating.
Levitate. Yeah. Yeah. I'll.
So Latios does actually have to switch.
Yeah. I'll.
And using the slow flip term to effectively double down yourself, very, very, very good thing to do with hyper offense.
Thank you. That's the idea there. I was originally not running War Turtle, and I was like, hold up, this is a thing I can do. So at this point, I'm very, very terrified of this fire Buzzwole because I really don't have an answer to it. So I double into it, but it goes down. The Scrafty goes down quicker than I expect, so I kind of just lower my stats against Weezing.
And this play, obviously, if you know me, makes me mad. Don't
yeah?
use this move.
Wonder Room.
It's not good. Because, yeah, now you have the special ability to tank that air slash very, very well, but you're physically frail now, and you die to close combat from
Indeed.
a -1 Iron Valiant.
And actually, I think that Wonder Room saved me from just dying to the Terra Blast.
It did!
Because my special defense ended up getting a lot better there. So this is really good for me at this point because that Buzzwole, like, basically I was this Terra Bug. I could not Terra Bug while that Buzzwole was out because, you know, Meteor Bower totally beat me on the Terra prep. But this Weezing still poses a problem because other than Goldengo, I don't really have a good way to hit it, and both Terrafire Buzzwole and Tinglu make it very difficult for Goldengo to come in. And
Yeah.
here we see the Aromatic Mist.
Yeah, which I don't even know what's happening anymore. There's Wonder Room, but his Spadef is boosted. Like, I don't really know what's going on.
Basically, Meteor Bower is protecting from my very, very specially oriented team by making Tinglu the bulkiest motherfucker alive.
Yeah, good play there going for Tailwind and attempting to switch War Turtle out on the same turn because that's a swing.
That's a swing, but unfortunately it does not go through. Air Slash doesn't kill here. Wasn't expecting it to, but that's okay. Spicy Extract here, trying to just take War Turtle out here.
See, but the thing is, use a grass move.
Yeah, that's true.
And also,
still doesn't
Tinglu
kill.
is butt cheeks. It didn't kill.
And this is the turn that threw me for a loop. The Misty Surge comes out while Tinglu is drowsy and just prevents the sleep entirely. And I feel like a dumbass.
Just kind of owned you there.
That move was brilliant. Honestly, huge props there. At this point,
I
I
also
thought I
have to
lost.
imagine that crit mattered.
Which one? Oh,
The
yeah.
crit-
I'm
the
not
crit
sure.
On Hydreigon?
It hit.
That- On not Hydreigon?
Yeah, it hit earlier, and it did about 30.
But ultimately, it gets in Golden Go for you.
Yeah, it does. No, it's fine. Yeah.
And then this crit definitely mattered.
Fucking holy shit! Just absolutely destroy the follow me.
Now,
saves my
this
fucking
turn,
life there.
so many math equations are going on in this turn. Because out comes Chi-Yu. Now, Goldengo is minus special attack. There's no way he's killing that Latios with Tablets of Ruin out. But if Chi-Yu kills Tinglu, gets rid of the tablets, then Goldengo can kill.
For two reasons. One, because it becomes single target, and secondly, because special attack is no longer lowered, but special defense is still lowered.
Yeah, basically, if Tinglu's alive, Make It Rain's doing like 20%.
Yeah.
Tinglu's dead, it's doing 75.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy turn here, and at this point, I am, as you noted, so I am choiced into specs, or rather, I'm choiced into Make It Rain here. Meteor Bower still has 3 Pokemon, so that's very dangerous for me. I have Flamethrower on this Chi-Yu, but with Scovillain being the only thing left outside of Latios, I said no. I go for that Overheat. I need it to die. The Flamethrower was a chance. Apparently, it was I didn't realize Overheat has a 10% miss chance, so I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm now.
And then at this point, even if you miss overheat, I don't know what Scovillain is doing to Chi-Yu.
Yeah. But goes for the protect, just to run that
Get the
moody
moody
boost. Yeah. It's a good thing he didn't have sub, because apparently sub would drop my special attack by 2 stages instead of 1. Guess the special attack boost.
Yep.
Absolutely just
Able to
destroys
easily
it.
take out Golden Go, but just no answer to Chi-Yu.
Yeah. And that is a match. That was a really insane match. Honestly, huge props to Meteor Bauer. That was some of the most fun I've had all season. To be fair, not saying much, given that I've played 2 other times, and one of them was against Landorus. But you know, I thought that was a really good match. I think there was a lot on play there. You're totally right with the Tinglu versus the Chi-Yu. There just being so many calculations that need to happen on any given turn.
Yeah.
I will say I'm feeling very confident about this sort of hyper offense play at this point. Like, I feel I've sort of got it down. There were many points during that match where I was like, ooh, I should preserve this. Ooh, I should switch here. And then I was like, no, we sack.
Yeah.
We sack. And it came down to a 1-0, and it came down to a fucking close 1-0, but, you know, I pulled it out, so feeling pretty good about that. Anything else? Any final thoughts on this one?
No, that's about it. And just looking at this 0.33 special attack Chi-Yu, that's like 700 special attack ish, you know.
Yeah, you know how it be. Anyways, let's get into the second match, which is going to be Team Fourgeist versus Card Wizards. Talk to me about it. Also, we don't have any quick ball matches this week. Sorry, like half of them haven't happened yet, and the half that did, we just didn't have much to say about.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this game.
So I had some notes written for this game, and namely one of them was Sneasler plus Absol beats every lead except Electros, but who would do that? So let's look at turn 1, where Electros enters the field.
Oh, there it is. First thing to happen.
Oops.
All right. So now that we've seen that, tell me about your thought process for this team.
So my turn 1, I was like, if Whimsicott is the lead, I'm always clicking Snatch on Absol, just to try and steal that Tailwind away, and then kill the Whimsicott with Dire Claw.
Uh-huh.
Anything else that happens, I don't care.
I see. Just generally, when you look at Diggory's team, what are the perceived threats here?
I'm always afraid of Tusk, but I was fairly certain that Tusk was going to be Terra Flying, because I also wanted to be Terra Flying.
I see.
So, me thinking Tusk is Terra Flying, I packed Wild Charge on Arcanine.
Uh-huh.
A move that you don't run much nowadays, but it seemed good here.
Mm-hmm.
Diggory's speed control is a lot better than mine, just fully. I don't have a Tailwind setter at all.
Fair enough. Tell me about. So this is the first time we're seeing Tangrowth and Glalie. Tell me about these picks. Why are they here today?
Tangrowth, just watch and see. You'll learn.
Uh-huh.
It's tanky grass type. It completely walls out Great Tusk. Ice Spinner does like 30% to Tangrowth. As for Glalie, I see a couple of combinations on Diggory's team that are slow. And when you stunt your own momentum with Pokemon out like Whimsicott plus Finny or Regigigas plus Whimsicott, examples like that, that is the best time for Moody to just start stacking up.
I see.
So, seeing that, I was like, I think Glalie's good into this match.
Okay. And then how about from Diggory's side? So this is the rare Regigigas Spring, obviously alongside a Whimsicott, which makes a lot of sense. You got that Prankster Worry Seed. Anything else on his team that sort of, sticks out as a very important member of his fight against you? Obviously, the Great Tusk we discussed.
Electros.
Okay.
The fact that it crushes my lead.
That's fair. All right, well let's play it out. So you do go for the snatch here, but unfortunately, Forest Friend goes for the protect.
Yep.
Not a thing
no
you can snatch.
Tailwind for me, and my entire first move gets completely shut down as Sneasler is brought down to Sash.
But now the Sash is gone. Now you're very quick.
Yeah, for one turn.
For one turn.
But It is a pretty impactful turn as I get the Dire Claw off on the Finny. Takes a lot of damage.
It sure is. And we see that Cobra Cloak gone. Zen Headbutt is going to take out Sneasler. Sneasler, you know, putting in... I mean, honestly, 58% against...
It did a lot of damage.
58%
and now
against
Tangrowth comes in.
Yeah.
And Tangrowth will stay.
Yeah,
He lives here now.
Yeah, Misty Seed, very, very good option there, because obviously Tangrowth is going to be able to stay in against Tapu Fini very effectively. And
so I see Draining Kiss here, and my mind is immediately like, oh, this is setup Finny.
Uh-huh.
Because no other Finny runs Draining Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want any more damage coming into my boy. And I knock off Whimsicott, and I want to get Whimsicott low, but I don't want to kill it because I want Whimsicott to be a dead slot.
That makes sense.
Seeing here, one of the slow positions that Diggory's has is ready, which means this is the turn to bring in Glalie.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just not a lot of damage that can come in from the other side.
I see he's celebrating my birthday early. And here comes the Regigigas. I really thought at that point that would be the worry seed, but no, the light screen goes up instead, saving Whimsicott, which actually works in your favor somewhat.
Yeah, Whimsicott gets to stay alive. I will no longer target it.
Yeah, you've got some really nice buffs here.
Yeah, Hammer Arm would have gone into Glalie for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tangrowth eats it with absolutely no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nice little freeze dry into the Regigigas. Does about no damage, but you know, we got that Leech Seed ticking. It's going down before slow start ends.
Yeah. And the thing I wanted to say earlier is with the Tangrowth coming in on the Misty Seed, obviously it's a very nice counter to Finny. Finny basically can't really touch it that well. And Tangrowth, for those that don't know, Tangrowth has a very kind of shitty special defense stat. So Misty Seed buffing special defense just makes this thing extremely tanky.
Yeah, it has a ton of HP, a ton of physical defense, but its special defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, so that's just really important. Rage Powder coming out here.
Yeah, I'm kind of just free to click Rage Powder, get up a nice little substitute if I want.
Boost those stats, baby.
I lost all my special attack boosts, which I was like, oh man.
You do have some speed though now.
Yeah, so he shoots off a Mystical Fire into Tangrowth. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. This does 14.
To be fair, that is a Mega Latias behind light screen.
So at this point, there was one good play, and it was to click Protect on Glalie, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, you got that attack buff though. It's pretty important.
I couched Close Combat, and it was like, oh, Close Combat does like 50%. You're fine. And I didn't think Mystical Fire would kill because I have a ton of Spadef EVs, but it did. So here we are. I lose Glalie for basically no reason.
Tangrowth is still just sitting here setting up Leech Seed on anything that deigns to come in.
Yeah, Tangrowth's kind of just having a good time.
That Electros is dead. First Electros dead. Death of TDD. Big Sag.
Yep, Finny comes in here to take advantage of Absol, so Absol's gonna head out.
He said bye.
Gonna Protect on Finny. I don't really care. I always want to Leech Seed Finny. Every time it comes in, it has leftovers. I want Leech Seed on it.
That makes sense. The frustration here really going to do very little because of slow start and the Intimidate. Yeah. So just can't do much without.
So there's that Calm Mind that I was worried about.
Uh-huh.
As I Leech Seed into Gigas, because I look at Finny and I was like, it's dying next turn. To Wild Charge.
Indeed. And do we see the double switch here? No, we see the Protect.
Not here. I actually call the Protect and
nice.
Morning Sun.
Nice Morning Sun there. That's a very good move. Alright. Have you showed off Wild Charge at this point? You have. Okay.
Yeah, I have. In comes Great Tusk to take the Wild Charge with absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
And my thought process here is, okay, Latias is now in range of Absol. Great Tusk is probably going to kill Tangrowth, because why else would you bring in a Wall Breaker when Tangrowth's been sitting here annoying you the whole game? So I just assumed he would use a defense dropping move, like close combat, and I flare blitz into it. And it does a lot.
It does. Yeah, but notably, because Diggory sees that wild charge, he kind of needs Tusk to be a switch in.
He can't Terra.
He can't Terra, because he does have that Terra flying, which he would love to use against this team, honestly, but he simply cannot, because as long as Finny is alive and as long as Arcanine is alive, he needs Tusk as the switch in, which means Tusk has to say ground type for now.
Plus, here, Tusk is in range of extreme speed from Arcanine, so it has to switch out. I don't actually have extreme speed, but
oh no,
I make that call. I basically called this turn perfectly. He was considering clicking Ice Spinner this turn into the Lando slot, which would have been pretty bad.
Oof, that would have sucked, yeah.
Didn't go for it. I'm going to turn Flying type, lose my water weakness, and then say uh-oh when Wide Guard comes out.
Wide Guard, what a move. Gosh, love that one. So
yeah, just kind of didn't think about it, and Absol's gonna go down. I really wish I had Protect on it, but I didn't.
Go for it, and you get that accuracy lower, which on top of the 80 accuracy of Sandseer Storm already means this thing is gonna still hit 100% of the time.
Except for that right there.
Yeah.
The move is working about as expected at this point. It's missed. Landorus takes truly no damage from the frustration.
I mean, slow start minus attack. I mean,
yep.
Regigigas needs something.
And this is where Landorus went the, oh yeah, I win games button.
Yeah. Despite the lowered accuracy. I think that was, what, a 60% chance to hit both. So, just, yeah, unfortunate. God, Lando, I hate these genies after this season.
And Diggory makes a really good play getting up Tailwind here as Landorus takes it out. I mean, it would have been a really good play if Landorus wasn't Scarfed.
Yeah.
Which, on the very last turn, it is revealed that it is faster than Finny.
Why? I'm sorry, why the fuck does Sandsteer Storm do over 50% to a Tapu Finny?
Because it was full Fizz Def Finny.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense, actually. I was gonna say, that seems illegal. I mean, I think another really great match. Both of the matches from this week that got shown off really came down to the wire. I mean, I think both these matches, in those last couple of turns, they were not looking good, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will say on mine, I completely lost the mental game after that Misty Surge switch in. I thought the game was over at that point. And I mean, from my firsthand experience with Landorus, when I was watching this, I was like, nah, Lando can still sweep this.
And he did.
And he did. But I think at that point, people were predicting the Diggory win. Yeah, I mean, it was close, but had that Ice Spinner gone off, that would have been the match, because Lando is such a huge win con into you.
Yeah, but that's such a hard read to make, especially when you're afraid of extreme speed.
Extreme speed, yeah. No, I mean, for sure. Really, really intense. These genies, man. I can't.
They're a problem.
I can't take them. I'm losing my
I mean, I was the one who pushed Landorus to S, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick him anyway.
Oh, lordy. Anyways, that is all we have for you this week. Another somewhat shorter one. Unfortunately, just, people won't get their matches in on time. It's a real problem in this community. That's not true.
Well, it's not just that. It's that we really don't want to have dead air on a match that we just kind of don't have anything to say about.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, I think there are a few things to note from the other matches. I think with Kotard, again, sort of a learning experience. Nedgem was, from the beginning, going to be a very, very difficult opponent, because Nedgem's sand team is just really, really strong. That being said, please don't ever double switch right after setting up a Trick Room. That is when you have the momentum. That is when you can flip things. So please don't do that.
Yeah, I definitely gave the advice of don't protect under your own Trick Room. I did not think about switching.
I did not think about switching. So that's just something to note. Please just remember to mega your Ampharos. Could have gotten a couple of differential there. That's it for Kotard. I don't have much to say about Burret or Burnt. From the other timer matches, I guess just another piece of advice for Peanut Scratch this season. That Rayquaza, man, is, I don't know. It ain't working the way it's happening. There's got to be another strat.
I got a real suggestion for that Rayquaza.
Okay.
Run eject pack. Like, actually.
Yeah, alongside like V-Create or something like that could be very nice.
V-Create,
Or
Dragon Ascent, both of them will eject you.
Because you can still lead with it, right? Like you can still start with it, get a huge damage, and then save it for later. As I think we've seen in both of these matches, both with the Landorus and with the Chi-Yu, these are two extremely heavy hitters that are crucial to ending out a match, right?
Yeah.
And I think having that Rayquaza threat in the back is just super, super dangerous. I know that King Gambit is supposed to be the late game threat, but like Porcos Les Dos, or whatever the little Spanish girl says. I don't speak Spanish.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Thank you. That's the one. Anyways, I think Peanuts just had a bit of a rough time figuring out exactly what that team does, and I think getting better use out of the Ray, having it not be gone by turn 2 would be huge. But I think that's all we got. So I've been Technovoid, and this has been Hamstrings. You got any final notes? Any final things to say before we head into week 4?
Yeah, I guess one more thing about Peanuts matches.
Uh-huh.
Respect your opponents a little bit more. Not everyone's gonna just let you sucker punch them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Peanut, I mean, not to harp on Peanut, but these past couple matches we've seen a lot of targeting directly into a slot, which a lot of the time that is the right thing to do. Folks are gonna switch, right? Like, it is a thing people are capable of. A lot of those losses have been into a very important counter switch. So don't get in your own head.
Well, I'm thinking, like, specifically, there was one turn where he sucker punched the Necrozma, but then Indeedee just came in, threw up the Psychic Terrain, and it didn't work.
Yeah, no, the Psychic Terrain definitely hurts King Gambit a lot. Good point there. Anyways, so that is going to be it. So we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.